Look at this little buddy. Look at him. He's like a little baby. He's a little baby. Look at this guy. All right, well, I'm recording. Well, we're not recording this. We're streaming this. Duh. Doing another mobile stream because today is short and I really don't want to sit at the desk. Not really. Today wasn't a great day. I kind of hinted at it yesterday. And I really just don't want to sit at that desk. And I'm going to keep this really short. I would typically just go and take the day off. This would be one of these weekends I'd crawl into a hole and just fucking, figure some shit out. So today was, could have been worse. I think I might have a way to explain it without explaining it. So, listen to some school shooter songs, you'll feel better. Well, thank you for that. Yeah, really what I want to do is just fucking... I haven't eaten dinner. I just woke up. I got home. I had to get up extra early today. And I got home at like 6 o'clock. Probably 6 o'clock. Today was a long day. And then I just went to bed. I wasn't even cold, but I just put my hood up and I put the blankets over my head and then I was just in bed for the last I don't know, that was probably around 6 and then I probably got out of bed probably 30 minutes ago, something like that. So I don't know. Today's just one of these days. It's not bad. So I kind of hinted at it yesterday. It was a more of a business problem. And I'm still going to be able to keep a roof over my head and all that, but it's a problem that set me back by about a year. As far as... And the frustrating part was that this was something that was mismanaged by multiple people, and I'm not innocent in it either because I dropped the ball to a degree, but I am the one that has to a small degree, but I'm the one who has to face a fucking it's fucking just frustrating, and there's nothing. I don't even have the energy to think about. That's the problem. I just don't have the energy today to think about how to fix it. That's the way I'm. So, but the point of me doing this is to kind of explain the thought process. If anything, is that if there's anything to glean out of it, is instead of, I don't want to do an oh woe is me because it is what it is. It could be a lot worse, could be a lot worse. I could be having to make more drastic decisions and things like that, but it's just more of I felt I got the short end of a stick on a deal that is gonna screw me. I don't know how to... I can't explain it. I can't get into details, obviously. So it's I'm trying to figure out a way to explain it without explaining it. But yeah, and but it's not about an oh woe is me on that scenario. What it really is it's just I am fucking exhausted. I don't even have any emotional energy to expel into dealing with this problem, let alone anything else. And I just feel man, the last 2 months, there's just been this constant it's been this constant kicking me in the shins. Not kicking me in the ass, just kicking me in the shins. Just annoying. This is annoying. And I'm just to the point where I'm stop kicking me in the shins. I can't take being kicked in the shins anymore. I can't do it. It's not total. It's not brutal. It's just it's really annoying, and it's minorly inconveniencing. But it's like compounding. The minor inconveniences are compounding on top of each other to the point where it's just like. But none of them are all bad on their own. Because it just sounds silly to complain because they're minor inconveniences. But they just start to combine. It's like a pile. They just keep piling on. So like one issue doesn't like the WoW issue, which is solved. So it's not dwell on the past, but the WoW issue is a minor inconvenience. It's a first world problem. But then you have another first world problem that sits on top of that, and another one on top of that, and another, and then after a while you have this mountain of first world problems where you're like, I've had enough, but I can't complain about it because these are all first world problems. It's all fucking nothing. You mean sliding some? No. It's not even like that. It's all extremely high level problems to have. They're just not. But it's just like it might be a good thing. I don't know. I don't know what you're responding to on that. So I don't know. I didn't look. But yeah, it's just like son of a bitch. There would be just like a little reprieve from these first world problems. It's to give me like a breather. Give me a breather. I can handle. These are all fucking minuscule issues, but it's like they're just. This one's probably the most annoying. Is it gonna fucking? Oh God, it's not. Anyway, so. I don't have any more energy today. I don't have it. Yesterday was pretty taxing on itself, and then today wasn't any better. Well, we live in the first world and your shit is valid. No, I know. So basically how I can explain it is I made a deal about a year ago. I'm just gonna make up some numbers. But it's not about the specifics. Of course, Slit will come in here and want to argue specifics, and I'm going to tell him to fuck off if he does it. I'm sorry. I don't want to fucking deal. But I'm just going to paint. I'm in a bad mood, if you can't tell. I'm just going to talk in some generalities, and I'm going to paint the picture. Because it's not, the details aren't important. I'm just trying to paint the picture, okay? So, basically, I made a deal about almost a year ago, and, not having emotional energy to care is a good thing. I just it doesn't solve anything though. So I made a deal about a year ago, and we're gonna say, just for round numbers, just to say something, we're gonna say this deal brought me in. I'm gonna make up a number just for math. This isn't real, but just make this up. So we'll just say $1,000 a month. We'll say it brought me in $1,000 a month. And then, so 1,000, say it brought me in $1,000 a month. And the deal was to go, I don't even want to look at the fact that there's I'm gonna say this. So you can just watch the VOD back. I don't have patience to fix anything. I don't care. If it's laggy, I don't care. I don't care. I don't give a shit. I need to do this because I made a commitment to do this. But right now, I have like zero to no patience to deal with a fucking thing. So I just don't care. If it's laggy, I don't know. Pick a different platform. I don't tell you. I'm in a bad mood. Just fucking. I got nothing. So. Say it brought in like $1,000 a month. 6-figure deal? No, it's not anyway, it's not a 6-figure deal. Let's just say it brought in $1,000 a month. And this deal brought in $1,000, and it was it was basically something it was a piggyback deal, meaning that really my current agreement should have been brought to about $1,000 a month anyway, due to how do I explain this without explaining it? I made a deal. See, how do I do this? How do I explain this? So, Okay. Let's say it this way. So I had a deal that was re-up for negotiation on something, and it was gonna be renegotiated where it was gonna bring another $1,000 a month. But this is not $1,000 of like, oh man, this is a big deal. This is like an incremental, like, hey, should be reasonable due to the cost of doing business nowadays. It's nothing major, and in exchange, it was like, okay, well, let's just shift the scope on a couple things that we're needing to focus on. In addition to that, this was not a groundbreaking deal. This was not This was not something that was. This was like a, hey, we just got to kind of update the numbers because times are changing. So let's update some of these numbers. Let's just update. Yeah, we got to take this spreadsheet line and we got to just say, hey, we got to bring this up $1,000 every month. Okay, cool. And while we're renegotiating, why don't we also say that we have to include this service in there? It's like a throw-in piggyback service. Hey, we'll just, no big deal. Nobody cares. This is hey, it's not a big deal to add an extra $1,000 a month. It's not a big deal to have to take care of this small little, process service. Okay, cool. So then we move forward. And we're 6 months in on the deal overall. There's a bigger deal happening. There's a bigger deal. This is all bundled into something else. So then, 6 months in, and the little piggyback service that we're going to put in there is moving along, no problem. And $1,000 a month is coming in. But it was under the understanding was $1,000 a month was just tacked into a cost of doing business. And this extra service was hey, this is a nice to have, can you do it? And I'm like, yeah, let's fucking just do it, whatever. Boom. So then, all of a sudden, there was a few little things that needed to be, in this service, it's requiring feedback from certain individuals. These individuals stopped providing feedback, and they would kind of like, not just ghost, but would be like, oh, I'll get back to you later on it. Oh, let me get back to you later on it. And they would keep pushing it out. And it's like, okay, well, without any feedback, I can't go and do the service. This fucking nice to have service doesn't change or make any major impact. I just can't move forward with it. So we're just gonna focus on other issues. And so we move forward. And the $1,000 a month that we agreed upon, it still keeps coming in. Because in my understanding, it's hey, this is a nice to have. I think you can see where this is going. All of a sudden, I'm reaching out to say, hey, I need feedback for this additional service, right? And they're like, stringing me along. And all of a sudden, come January, I'm like, hey, where are we at with the feedback on this additional service? And they're like, oh, I already talked to this decision maker and this decision maker, and we don't really need that anymore. And I'm like, oh, okay, so apparently I'm the last to know. So I'm going to just move on accordingly. Maybe we should bring this up and, reconfigure on what services we need to do, or maybe I can do something else. Since this is a nice to have service, but this doesn't make or break a deal, we can just figure out something else. Is there another way I can help you? But I put that on the back burner because there's other things to do. Well, come to find out, all of a sudden, yesterday, there becomes this big ordeal. Duncaccino, you gotta go. I am not in the mood. Here, go play with that. So, yesterday, all of a sudden, there's an explosive phone call being like, hey, this nice to have little add-on service isn't being done, and we're paying $1,000 a month for that. And it's like, wait a minute. I didn't know that this $1,000 a month was supposed to be on this nice-to-have service. I thought it was hey, this is just cost doing business in 2025 or going into ending 2024. But if that's the case, then I guess take it. But the problem is the person making this explosive phone call was making all kinds of fucking wild, saying things. So that this, to the point where not only would it affect $1,000 a month, but it could affect 100 times that. And it's like, what the fuck's going on? So I have to go in and have a phone call, or not a phone call, I have to have a meeting today, and all of a sudden, and I'm like, and because this person that's making all this explosive statements, having these explosive phone calls, the person that's making the big issue out of everything, he's upset because he feels, why wasn't I included in this? And I was like, I thought you were. I was told you were. And we were waiting to figure out what we were going to do with this little nice-to-have nothing service. And he was like, and then it made it much more dramatic. And so we're talking, and it's like, well, apparently there was miscommunication. Maybe I was too passive on following up on this thing, over the last month. Okay, I'll eat that. Fair enough. But I think we're kind of overreacting here. And then as we're discussing it, so I'm just thinking, okay, he's upset because he wasn't in on this, and he's a decision maker. And then halfway through the conversation, he lets it slip that he knew about this fucking 6 months ago. And I'm like, wait a minute, so you did know. So you knew about this, that this was being dragged along. Maybe you weren't understanding that it was being dragged along. Maybe you were under the assumption I was told not to provide the nice-to-have service anymore. And maybe you were under the assumption I was just told, hey, cut it. But if you knew that, and you were under the assumption that the $1,000 a month was to take care of this nice-to-have service, a little add-on, then why are we freaking out about it now? What are we doing? So, again, don't try to... I'm telling you, I'm just giving you numbers and I'm giving you scenarios just to make the idea make sense. Don't try to be like, wait a minute. Don't try to dig into it further than that. It's not worth it. I'm fucking just being super vague and super... But I'm just trying to explain the fucking concept. And it's like, okay, so we're going to renegotiate. We're not going to do the $1,000 a month, and we're not doing the service. And it's like, but wait a minute. That $1,000 a month was just the cost of doing business. Now all of a sudden we're negotiating backwards. And that $1,000 a month goes to me. Goes to me. So I have to take the hit because somebody didn't want to go and fucking communicate something. Anyway, it's just a bad deal. Damn, Chaldean's not keeping the word. This has nothing to do with Chaldeans. So, yeah. But, yeah, it's just like... And again, these are fake numbers. These are fake numbers, and I'm being vague. So don't... The point is, it's a big problem. Now, the way it was being talked about was I was looking at like, oh, shit, okay, looks like it's going to impact me more than $1,000. But it still didn't make any sense. So after going through all that, I'm like, all right, so now we're back to square one from a year ago. And it's just like, I just don't have the energy. That's the point. The point is it's like, and I gotta like, what am I gonna do? I gotta go fight to renegotiate for this, for what I consider like a fucking basic understanding, like nothing. This is a nothing issue. And yet I have to go and I'm going to have to fight for the next 30 days to get it back in. Like, what? Like, I don't even want to fucking do it. I'd rather look elsewhere. I'd rather look elsewhere to figure that out. Like, and again, this is not a losing an income. This is not like, oh man, this is just a, this is such a fucking nothing burger. It's just enough to really be annoying. It's just enough, we're talking just enough where it's like, God, that kind of hurts. I can survive this. This is not a big deal, but ah, man, if it was half that, I wouldn't give a shit. You know what I mean? If it's just such a fucking, ugh. So, in between that and just a lot of other things floating around in my head, I just have no energy. I got nothing. There's no form of it. The only thing I can think about is try to do this thought exercise to explain to you without explaining to you the concept of what I'm dealing with. That's it. That was the only thing. I got nothing left in me. Yeah, you're going to watch back to VOD. I have no patience to catch you up. You walked in the middle of a movie, you got to buy the ticket again. Sorry. Don't tie anyone up and leave them in a bando and burn it down. No, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. But, man, I'm just exhausted. So, really, all I want to do is probably this would be one of those nights where I take an edible. I take a nice big edible. And I'm going to sit and play probably something. I'm going to play some retarded game like Pokemon or something. Something that, like, you know, it doesn't take a lot of thought. I want to zone out. And it's just exhausting enough that that's probably going to be my whole weekend. So, we're probably going to do various different versions of this for the weekend because I just don't have the energy to sit down and, hey, let's fucking watch a video of a guy on drugs right now. I just don't have the energy for it. I don't have the patience for it. But, there is a commitment. Project Melvin moves on. So, these are nice experiments, though, anyway, because I did watch back the VODs on different platforms from the snow day, and definitely that mic has some issues. I think it's the receiver. I think I have to use a different way to use the receiver. I might need a different adapter for that because it was cutting out, but the mic volume was fine. So that was good, and I appreciate everyone who suffered through that. And then as far as like the buffering issue on Twitch, if you go back and watch the VOD though, it all is fine. So it's like their servers. Their servers are a fucking shit show. So do you need a dab? Merch it up tonight? I'm not dabbing. I can't dab. That'll fucking ruin me. I won't be able to talk. But yeah, maybe we'll merch it. I might merge it with an edible. I got a bag full. I don't know if they expire or not. I don't care. I don't care if I get food poisoning from a fucking edible. I think I bought it like in the summertime. It's fucking old, but who cares? They're sealed. They're probably still moist. They're little gummies, you know. But yeah, that's this weekend. So we're keeping it chill this weekend. I'll probably utilize a few different stream setups this weekend, so we're kind of like accomplishing something, but I just gotta really focus my brain on. So the way that I usually handle this is I get frustrated, I get like defeated like this, and I have to just like, I just get exhausted, I have to recover, I have to just fucking rest, right? I realize that. Physically, like sleep, like I did, I have to fucking just turn my brain off and not think about anything that requires any sort of responsibility from me. And then naturally what will happen is the answer to the next steps will come. They'll just come. And then I'll figure it out. And then I'll be motivated to move on from there. I kind of have an idea what to do. I just don't have the energy to think about it. Like the beginnings of like the solution are there, but anytime I think of it, like my body's like, I can't fucking deal with this right now. I can't deal with this. You got some weed? No, I got some weed. I got a pre-roll. I got an old pre-roll that's still hermetic that I got from the dispensary. Fucking like I got weed. It's old, but they're still sealed. So you know, as long as they're sealed well, and I have no tolerance, so don't take me much to really get me high. So I mean, it's food, so yes. Oh, I can't scroll up on this. So, yeah, it's man, I'm just fucking burnt. I will say I felt better after the snow shovel. Like when we shoveled the snow yesterday. We, meaning you and I. And I sat here and I passed out for like almost an hour. And then I woke up and I felt really good. So it was like almost therapeutic in a way, like because I had this problem that I'm talking about hanging over my head. And I was like, you know what? I found the way we're gonna deal with it in the morning, and how I'm going to try to negotiate. We'll say, what my stance is going to be, and I was pretty peaceful. And I played some Pokemon, and went to bed, and I woke up, and I felt good all the way through. And then when the one person in that meeting goes and lets it slip that they knew 6 months ago, and yet I am the one, and I am reliant on someone to say, hey, we either need this, again, nothing burger of a service done, or, because I'm like, as I tell everybody, I am not in the business to do less services. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. So, what? Throw another nothing service on there. Throw another nothing service on. Who cares? I would have been happy to do that. And if everybody knew and strung me along and didn't tell me, then what the fuck? Take a bunch of Adderalls and goon one out. I don't goon, unfortunately. I don't goon. I might dig out I have a few really old, what are they called? What are those called? They're not Adderall. It's, I got them from India. Because you can buy them online. I bought them online with Bitcoin, and there wasn't any risk because they were a Schedule 4. So like customs, if they find it, they don't even want to prosecute you. It's not even worth the money. And so what they would do is they would just destroy it and send you a letter, and then you get another thing. What the fuck were they called? The brand name was Provigil, but there was another. I can't remember what the off-brand is, but it's like, oh man, I used to take, because it was easier to get than Adderalls, and I felt they were more effective back in the day. And I have an old bunch, but they're like really old, so it'll probably be like that scene from Wolf of Wall Street where he takes like the really old pills, but they take forever to kick in. But it's like an opposite. Instead of a downer, it's like a fucking upper. I can't think what they were called. Do you need us to cut them? No. More snow is coming soon. I know. Thank God I went and shoveled the snow yesterday, even in the shitty way that I did. What the hell were these things called? Fuck. Yeah, because my only problem is they would make you more alert and they make you more focused, but you didn't have all the jitters with it because it wasn't an amphetamine. I forget what it was. Problem is it would take away my filter entirely, and it would make me completely autistic. Like and I would get mean. If anyone I had no filter as far as like, if somebody like slighted me, say if someone was rude to me out in public, like it would be immediate, like my mouth would be going before my brain even knew it was going on. And that's why I didn't fuck with them. Tonight seems like a good night to yell at some trolls if Keegan invites you over. Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what his things is. I also know today's Valentine's Day, so I don't know what anyone's plans are. And that's just depressing on its own. It's honestly not Vyvanse. No, it's not Vyvanse. It's Schedule 4. It's not an ADD thing. It's I can't remember the name of it. You buy Indian. It's not Vyvanse. It's not Vyvanse. It's something else. It's not an ADD medication. It's for alertness. They give it to pilots and shit, and people that have shift sleep issues and things like that. I can't remember the name of it though. But Yeah, like Valentine's Day is just depressing. Even if you're in a relationship, I find it depressing. You know, it's just like there's just all this pressure. Just modafinil. Thank you. That's it. That's exactly what it is. It's modafinil. That's what I have. They're old though. They're like fucking 10 years old. So I probably would take one, and then I wouldn't feel anything for like 2 hours. Like I said, it'd be like the Wolf of Wall Street, but it'd be different. Instead of me drooling and passing out, I would just be like fucking wired to the gills. But it would take like 4 hours to kick in. So I might dip into one of those on Sunday and just fucking play video games all day. I wouldn't be able to stream that though, because I really would just be so locked in. I wouldn't be saying anything. I would be one of those fucking streamers that you see that have like 0 viewers, where they're just like, and they're just playing a game and they don't even say anything. You follow, you can throw them a bit, they don't even acknowledge you. They're just locked in. Stagger 3 and Vyvanse mixed together, yeah, it's called a heart attack. So, but yeah, it's just one of these. It's one of these weekends where I just have a lot to think about, there's this problem that I described, but there's also like 3 or 4 other things I need to work on and figure out. Some of it involves for this, like streaming. Some of it involves some more personal things, my personal life. Some of it involves like there's just a lot, and it just, like I said, it's like a death of 1,000 cuts. It's just a lot. I'm just like, ugh. I just can't. So I don't even want to sit down. It's for truck drivers. Yeah, truck drivers will take it too. Yeah. You can get it pretty easily. Like I said, I buy them from India because they were like super cheap, and they didn't care because they just wanted Bitcoin. And I was buying these in like 2017 when Bitcoin was super sought after. And they would just send it, and then if they seen that customs took it, they would just send another one to replace it. Because, like I said, like you could order it, and customs would be like, they didn't give a shit. They would just send you a letter of like, hey, you're not receiving this because it broke the rules. And I'm like, oh, okay. It wouldn't be like if it may have changed since then. By the way, you'd be like, no, that's how it works now. I don't know. This was almost 10 years ago, so fucking might have been different. But like, from what I understood, like, yeah, if you get caught, like, ordering, like, Adderalls, for example, because I think they're, like, a Schedule 2, that's a big no-no. You don't want that. And I never fucked around with anything like that. It wasn't worth it for me to risk it, or anything like that. I knew people, I should say, that would fuck around and buy, like, Molly on the Silk Road, or whatever the equivalent was, and shit like that. But I just never... That was the only thing I would ever do, because it was like, the laws were pretty, like, whatever. Government didn't care. That'd be fun to watch. What, just me playing video games, sitting here like a retard? That would be great. I don't know. I don't know why all of a sudden people would love it if I did it. I didn't know if that would be the real meta that everyone's looking for. Man, there'd be so many fucking gamers on Twitch and Kick with like 0 viewers that would be as big as Kai Cenat if that became the popularity. Everyone would just sit there and just be slack-jawed, drooling, playing fucking Fortnite or Call of Duty or whatever other freebie game that they have. And Dunkachino is like attacking an HDMI cable. So, but I do got to eat dinner. And I figured we had to stream today. I was almost ready to break the streak over this. That's how fucking exhausted I was. I was just ready to like say, fuck it, man. I'm throwing in a towel. Fuck this. I don't want to fucking deal with it. I just don't even have the energy. But I can't. So I figure I'll just sit on the floor and talk to the phone. And maybe you can watch it on Twitch if their servers allow. Or you can go and watch it on Kick or YouTube and all that. So, look at this little baby. Look at this little monkey. This guy's like a little maniac. He's just a maniac. Look at his eyes. Look at his eyes. He's got danger in his eyes. He's got danger in his eyes. Oh my God, he's going berserk. I feel like I've had a lot on my plate lately and it's stressful. I just remind myself this is just part of life and keep on keeping on. No, I know. Yeah, I'm not. I don't want you to get the wrong impression. None of this is like, all right, guys, this life's I've had a good run. We're wrapping this bad boy up. I'm not at that point yet. All right. I'm gonna go have my last meal. Like, we're not there. I'm not there by any means. It's just like one of those things where it's just like, those days. And it's just tough. What makes it tough is I've committed to something where it's like, no matter what state of mind you're in, you're like, okay, at some point I just have to I have to be somewhat entertaining. I don't know. This is pretty lackluster, but because we want to hear you mouth off, Everything got Fent in it nowadays too. Yeah, no, I haven't fucked around with anything like that. Like I said, that was the modafinil was the beginning and end of that, and then I think it was in last time I bought it was in 2018. So, but I just bought it would come in in an envelope. It would be one of those manila envelopes, and it was just huge, foil wrapped pills, bubble wrap. And so you just break off a piece like you're pulling a tab of acid, right? And you just eat And so I just got a bunch because and the thing is the shit was so strong, I'd have to break it up into a quarter. Because if I took a whole one, I would be so locked in and so focused, I couldn't focus on anything. I remember when me and Bobby lived together, and it was a wrestling pay-per-view on, and it was kicking in, and I was so locked in on what was going on. He was talking to me, and I didn't even realize he was talking to me. Then all of a sudden, I'm like, oh shit, I didn't even realize you were talking to me. Then he's talking to me, and I'm so locked in on what he's saying that I didn't even realize what the time went by. It was it was just too much. I hear that Frogan lady is in deep shit. Yeah, Keemstar's coming for her hard, which is great. She's so hateable. She's a fucking hateable little beast. She's a hateable little beast. Unlike this guy. Look at this little beast. Look at this little beast. Look at him. Look at him. That's it. It's all over. What's all over? We're still streaming. It's still going out 30 frames a second. It's still good bit rate. So if the stream's cutting out on Twitch, that's a Twitch problem. Kick and YouTube are flawless. I don't know. Twitch got to get their shit together. Twitch just seems to be full of anti-Semites and poor servers. I don't know what to say. But if you ever need to vent or I'm around, hit me up whenever. I know how life can get. Yeah, I appreciate that. I'm someone who's got to really think of all the angles first, because it's like a puzzle. My brain treats it like a puzzle. I just got to think of all the moves and all the scenarios and what's the motivating, what's going to motivate me, what's going to be important to motivate me to do the things I want to do. So, venting stream is just fine. We're here to hang with Melvin at the end. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, and that's why I try to keep it short, and I would rather just not do it at the desk. Because it's I don't want to make that a habit. I don't want to make it a habit where I go and sit in that desk, and then I just bitch. Because then I'd be Mersh. I don't want to be Mersh. Because I think I'm doing all right compared to Mersh. I'm inundated with Mersh drama so much, I apparently got his car repoed. Keep in mind, this is a guy who has a fucking 6-figure deal with Rumble and makes fucking hundreds of dollars every night begging for donations. And yet he's got his fucking car repoed. I'm not at any risk of that. I have a pretty hefty car payment too. So, that's what attracts me to those types of videos though, is because it's at the end of the day, I know I'm doing better than that guy. So could be worse. Could be a lot worse. Chesley, my bad. It was when you said you should just end. No, yeah. I gotcha. I didn't know. I don't know. I know that the chat's a little different on every platform, and it mixes them on the screen here, so I don't know. And I also haven't been paying attention. I look away a lot. I got the Dunkachino. He's acting like a little maniac right now. So I actually feel a little bit better at least talking about this. There is some benefit here. Just like yesterday. I just had to get out. I just think that that's what we got to do sometimes. Instead of me, like the day streaming schedule, say if it was a streaming schedule that was like, I don't know, 3-4 days a week. And today was one of those days that I have to stream. Today would have been a day where I'm like, I got to take a day off. I can't even do it. But since we can't take days off, then this is what we'll do. And honestly, it kind of like mixes it up just enough. Ow, you got me. You scratched me good, you monkey. You break the skin now. I look like a drug addict with all the fucking track marks on my arm from him. Yeah, I think I'm healed up. Oh, it's on the top now. He got me good for a while on in the inside of my arm, so it looked like I had track marks for a while. And I was like, "No, I'm not a drug addict. It's my cat." Oh yeah, sure, it's your cat. No, I'm telling you. Oh, he did. It is breaking the skin. I heard Vosh cried on stream too. Vosh cried on stream. Oh my god. See, this is what I need. What's Project Melvin? Oh, what a question to ask. On a vent stream of all things. I stream every day. Well, in short, I'm streaming every day for a year plus. Making that commitment. And then that's the short term. Or put it simply. But bigger than that is where there's different things we're working on. There's different projects we're working on and trying to not only grow the channel, but grow ourselves as a way. So last month was the 64-Bit Legends Royal Rumble, where we had 64 different competitors with all their promos, highly edited down. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go look up 64-Bit Legends on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram. TikTok's back, by the way. I was able to download an update on my iPhone. And then this month's project is more so, hey, let's try to keep it together. Let's try to keep it together and not fucking lose it. Let's figure out what that project is. It'll be all the other projects I wanted to do in January and February. So that's what Project Melvin is. Yeah. But that's the long and the short of it. You're not biting him enough? Ooh, the cat? What he does, his front paws, he's good about not clawing me. But if he gets a little too overstimulated, his back claws, he gets a little too flagrant with it. Vosh the horsefucker? Yeah, Vosh the horsefucker apparently cried. Uncle Stinker said. Was it Uncle Stinker that told me? I forget. I'm sorry. I might be attributing to the wrong person. The chat, unfortunately, I only get to see like 2 chat messages at a time. So I see what you see. But yeah, apparently he cried about something. I'm glad these political grifters are not having a good time, because for too long they've been fucking suckling at the teat of our misery. Yeah, I think this is... I'll figure out something different so I'm just not sitting on the floor talking on the phone tomorrow. We might try something. There's a few different stream setups. I might try one of the upstairs office. I know I kind of showed you that setup. Maybe that'll be a goal this weekend, to try to get that up in operation. Yeah. But that's pretty much it. That's really everything that's going on in the world over here. It's just a big, like, ugh. And I should have done it today, but instead I slept for fucking 2.5 hours. So I gotta order and if snow's coming tomorrow, that means I probably should get up early tomorrow to go do it, because I gotta go to Costco. It's a Costco month. I can do my Costco shopping, and then I have to do my Kroger order to have that delivered, and they're going to probably have to deliver it in a pile of snow, unfortunately. Costco does, they'll do delivery, but they do it through Shipt, so they overcharge me on the item, and I have to leave a tip and everything. And it's like, bro, I don't understand how these grocery stores don't have it set up like Kroger. Kroger's got the best setup. They just bring it in a box truck, a refrigerator box truck, branded with a Kroger employee that's probably making a good wage. Just drop it off at your door. Everything, nothing's broken. Nothing's having to go in someone's trunk. Nothing's too warm if it's in the summer. Like, it's all perfect. Got you. You're not going to kick me with these back legs. You can't see, but I've got him. I've got his back legs with my one hand. And he's trying to fight me with the other. Look at this little cat. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Look at this maniac. Look at him. Like, trying to fight. He's trying to fight. Ain't gonna do it. I got you. I got you hemmed up. I got you hemmed up. I got you. I hate to get me good. Look at this. It's so Melvin's gonna show up like, you ever seen one of these, and then pulls out his carpet knife and starts swinging. No, I'm not there yet. But yeah, we gotta get I gotta get the eBay stuff going. I think that'll be our new weekend projects going forward, because I just found like a bunch of shit that I gotta get rid of. I have an entire 20 plus, almost 30-year-old, probably a 30-year-old, like I'm talking about a big box of Lionel train shit. It's just the whole setup. And it's Lionel. It's the name brand. It's not some knockoff. It's the Lionel. You know, train people, this shit's not cheap. And I got an entire box. I am not going to be a train person. I never was a train person. He just wants to hang out. Look at this. Look at this guy. All right, well, that is that. Oh, you know what? Isn't it, I just realized, isn't it, if I'm going to sound like an old man, isn't that their Juggalo Day happening? Isn't that what's going on? Isn't that a thing this weekend? I remember that. That takes me, I don't think it was I think this was before Juggalo Day, but I remember working an event basically that was like that, where it was like, I think it was like Saturday was JCW wrestling, and I had to help film that. And then the Sunday was the Riddle Box performance. The first time they performed the Riddle Box, like the entire album on stage. It was like a whole pay-per-view thing. I don't think that was a Juggalo Day though. I think that was just or maybe it was. I don't remember. It might have been. I don't know. I can't remember if that was before or if Juggalo Day was a thing. Yes, you are. Yes, I am what? He is a little gremlin. I know. Choo choo, motherfucker. Oh, is the chat that delayed? You're referring to me as a train person? Yeah, it's this weekend, yeah. But was the one in Detroit where they did the Saturday JCW, Sunday Riddle Box front to back? This would have been probably 2011? Is it 2011? Or 2012 when they did that? I cannot remember for the life of me. Sell train shit on eBay. I used to buy, restore, and sell them American Flyer as well. It's where the money's at, especially the engines. I think I have like one or two engines, but most of it's just track. And like I have some structures, like a house and some, like a little lumber thing or something like that. So I don't know. Northeast is getting a snowstorm on Juggalo Day. Oh man. Wouldn't that be something? You get snowed in. You can't go back home because you're stuck in, I don't even know where it's at. Is it Pennsylvania somewhere? Philly, something like that. Like, oh man. And well, this is my point. Because I remember that concert, I was in the pit helping between the stage and the crowd, just covered in Faygo, and it was in February. And it was very, very snowy out. Like it wasn't a snowstorm, but there was at least a foot of snow, I'd say, or maybe 6 inches of snow that was just chilling out there. And I remember I'm soaked with Faygo, and I'm trying to bring all this equipment out to this van that was running the pay-per-view, and we're trying to stash this stuff as people are rushing the stage. And I'm just soaked in Faygo. I'm just wearing a t-shirt and pants. And it's so cold that my shirt starts to like stiffen up. And it was, that was so crazy. And then I ended up getting sick. Like really sick for like a week plus. This is obviously pre-COVID. Wait for Christmas season though? What, for the trains? Well, what I do is I just list them, and then what's nice about eBay is it's passive income. So as long as it keeps staying listed, someone eventually buys it. Like somebody just bought something. Oh, I gotta go drop that package off. Somebody bought something. It was a Wii game, and I had that listed for fucking months. But it's just someone eventually buys it, and it's like, oh, there's $10. Nice, thank you. The trick is you just got to have a lot of stuff listed. So it's nice when I have like a massive amount of listings. Like there was a period of time where I had like a few hundred things up. So it was like every month I was, here and there, you'd walk away with $10 here, $50 there, $100 there, another 10, another 5, another 10, another 20, another 30. And it was kind of nice. Now I haven't relisted anything. So I just have like some really old shit nobody wants. Was it St. Andrews? That was in 2012. Okay, it was 2012. That's what it was. Yeah, it was St. Andrews. St. Andrews. Yep. But I don't know if that was a Juggalo day or not. I don't know. It was 2013? Was it 2013? Is it that late? Maybe. It might have been. It might have been. Now that you mention it. The move is to sell them in October, November, December, do auctions for them, research current value, and start current bid at current value they'll sell. Yeah, see, that's the other thing, though, is I don't really have a lot to go off of with some of this stuff. So what I really like selling something that has a barcode on it, so then I can just look it up and see what other people are selling it for. But then I just want to list it. I just want to list it as a buy now. I don't want to deal with managing a bid. I don't want to manage it. I know I'd probably lose money that way, but I just don't want to I just want to set it and forget it. All I want to do is see the order come in, and I print off the order slip, and I pack it up, and I send it out. That's all I want to do. So, that was a second annual. Okay, so it was a second Juggalo day. So it was a Juggalo day. Okay, got it. Couldn't remember. But that's pretty much all I got. Well, we're gonna have to wrap this up because we've been streaming for an hour, and I know I'm gonna burn through. I'm doing this through 5G, and I'm curious if I'm gonna start getting throttled. So we might do this a different way. I know that they give me premium data, and then you get like 4G at a certain point. I don't know. I think I get like 50 gigs of premium data, and then so I have to be strategic. Can't live stream on this every day. But I think I got a couple ideas of how we're gonna limp through this weekend and then hopefully get back to normal on Monday. I just got a big kick in the nuts today, that's all. I just got a big kick in the nuts. And it just, Again, it's not even like end of the world shit. It's just like, fuck. I gotta it's like I climbed up a hill, a mountain, we'll say. And I'm about 20 feet from the top. And then I slipped and I rolled all the way back down to the bottom. And it took me a year to get to the top. And I'm like, fuck. I gotta do all this. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to do this. But I don't got any other choice. So yeah, I'm gonna go eat dinner. I gotta go drop a package off in the mailbox. And yeah, I think that's it. And then I'm gonna take an edible probably and just fucking chill out. I haven't heard. Oh, I don't have my other phone on me. I might have gotten a text. Walk with me. Walk. As Puff Daddy said, come with me. I'm not going to show you my room because my room is a fucking disaster right now. So we're gonna keep it above. Okay. But I think we're gonna set up in here maybe this weekend. I gotta tweak a few things. But anyway. Alright. Well, again, Streamlab, I'm streaming through Streamlabs, so I can't do any sort of raids or nothing. I can't even interact with chat. So, if there's a raid or a host, you're a mod or a decision maker, go bananas. I'm going to go eat some dinner and chill out and try to strategize. Well, which seems to actually work. And I will see you tomorrow.